Ryan Krauser. Pros and cons of Ryan Krauser.
Pros for Krauser. Competed a bunch. 15-0 in finals. Everything was spectacular. He ends the year top 3 marks in history, world record. He had 4 23-meter throws. Going into the year, Gordon, only 2 men had broken 23, and he did it 4 times himself. I'm struggling to find a con or a case against Ryan Krauser. This is almost perfection. You go back and you look at his season, and because he's a field event athlete, probably didn't even know we were all locked in, and he was making it so exciting. Just the amount, forget 23s, the amount of times he threw 22 high was bananas, and he completed indoors a bunch, broke the world record indoors too. I guess we could mention that. Um, Outdoors, I don't know what else he could have done here. So it's almost a perfect season.
Yeah, I don't know what else he could have done either. It's I think now looking back at it, I think one of Carson Warholm's cons is the presence of Ryan Krauser. Because when you come juxtapose him to Krauser, you just see you think Carson's dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Look what Ryan is doing
Yeah.
in the shot put ring. Like it's utterly insane. There are so many throws that Ryan Krauser has thrown in round 3, 4, 2 that are
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
going to forever be forgotten. That are like
Yeah.
the greatest throws ever. He has so many throws that are just kind of like erased from the history books because he chooses to like do better than those in that round of 6. That's just like that's what's crazy about it. There's some of his marks you just can't find because they were like his third best mark in a
Yeah.
competition on a Tuesday that happened to be like 22-9. And it's like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
That was a throwaway. Like he's gonna get so good, he might start purposely fouling when he's under 23
22s.
meters.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, 22 meters, foul. I'll just step on. I don't want that on my record book. Like he's getting too good where he's not gonna want 22 meters on his record. You just know, like when they throw a bad throw, they purposely foul. He's gonna
Yeah.
start purposely fouling 22-meter throws. That's how good he is.
So shot put and field event lists sometimes can be misleading because they only post your winning mark. So they
Yeah,
don't post throws or jumps on the way to the winning mark. Because if you look in terms of winning marks, 2190 is 12th all time. 12th all time. But then you take his series, I'll just throw one out here. Let's go to the Olympics. 2283, 2293, 2286, 2274, 2254, and then the 23-3. So you threw a 23-9 in there, which on by itself would be 12th best all time. Then he threw a 2 and then a 22-7. That's exactly what you're talking about. Because you go and you look at the all-time list and you go down and you look at the marks during the series, he's got the best 6 throws in history, and they're all from this year. 95, 2295, 2293, 2290, 2289, 2286, 2286. And what I mean by that is those are his second, and in some cases, I think might be his third best throws if they're in the same competition. Those are better than most. Like those alone would be all-time marks, and they're not even categorized because they weren't his winning
they're not
marks.
even all time on his day.
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
his third best throw in a day is like the best throw in the past 50 years for the rest of the world. It's just like
Yes,
crazy.
yeah. So for me, it's clear because of what we're saying. It's Krauser 1, Warholm 2.